Cambridge is one of the most visited cities in the UK by international tourists. And as somebody who was born in the county of Cambridgeshire, I've never really understood why. So I've recruited Sheepdog. We've headed down to Cambridge and we're going to try and figure out why it's quite so popular with day trippers. Well, we've made it in to King's College. That is one of those that... Is there a keep off the grass sign? Because everyone's keeping off the grass.
We just assumed we had to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're not allowed this one. I mean, I do have a card. It doesn't specify what kind of card, but I assume that's for the people who are actually here to get an education. Because, of course, this is the university. Is it Cambridge University or the University of Cambridge?
It's King's College, isn't it?
I mean, we both have degrees from an esteemed Cambridgeshire university. So we should know, really.
Yeah, I mean, we got first class as well. I mean, we're basically here to uncover...
We came to one lecture at Cambridge University during our time in education.
And had a good buffet in Cambridge as well, I remember.
We had a pub dinner on the way back as well. Yeah, we've been, we're basically alumni. I imagine we're not being ushered through the secret area, but
well, I was going to say, this is the kind of place,
we're not.
The kind of uni that has these secret societies where they're all in hoods and stuff. I want to find them today, that's my plan. I'm going to pull all books on the shelves and see if anything happens.
I think we are here on a day where there's graduations going on as well. We've walked past a couple of the other colleges on the way in from the car park, and there are people wearing the silly hats and mums and dads dressed like they're on their way to church. So there could be, I think there's a couple of colleges we're not able to get into because we were planning on obviously visiting a few different colleges, even though they're like £14 each to get into. But as it is, I think this is the only one open for tourism today. So we're going to go and have a rummage around this one, which I guess we have to go this way. This definitely seems to be the photo spot.
Please keep off the grass.
Oh, there's the keep off the grass sign.
Senior member of the college. We're senior members of the college.
Yeah. Fair enough then. That will explain why people were keeping off the grass when they hadn't been told to.
Do you reckon if we snuck into the ceremony we could get ourselves a degree?
Yeah. That's how we got our original degrees. It is a little bit of a shame that while we're here it seems like the whole place is being rebuilt. We've got scaffolding up there, tarpaulins here.
That's all that's there all the time. That's part of the education.
Yeah, a little green fence here. I assume there are times when it's not under construction.
When they're playing Quidditch, I suppose.
Yeah, there you go. We can get a view from over here of everybody who comes in, stopping there for a photo in front of that. I can't actually really tell what that is. So, I mean, it's a statue. I don't know what it's a statue of. A man holding a stick.
Dumbledore, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And then over there is where the president lives, I think. We're speculating whether or not that's dorms over there. Would they even call them that?
Well, I mean, that looks like a house, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There.
These fancy old universities do confuse me a little bit. I mean, it does say there that this area down there, again, King's members only. So that's private. So I guess that is where there's people sat in there eating their shreddies at the moment, looking out at me, pointing a camera at them. Oh, tourism starts again. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And I think this is the chapel.
Why aren't they doing the ceremony in there then?
Because again, it's not this college that's doing the ceremony today. That's why we can get into this one.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. I'm catching up slowly, piecing it together.
Goodness me. So this is the King's College Chapel, which has much stained glass, it seems. I always worry stained glass doesn't show up very well on the camera, but I think this one, because it's not quite as sunny as it sometimes is when we come in these places, Cambridge not quite as sunny as Barcelona, I think we're actually getting to see all the different colours on there today.
The shreddies on the wall, look.
Oh yeah, what do you know? We were speculating on the way in that at £14 each to get through the door, I assume we are being presented with a degree on the way out. But that would have been the place I assumed we were given them, and no sign of Warwick Davies here.
The pipes on that. I see them being given away on free cycle all the time.
You could build your own chapel.
I could.
These are real candles.
What do you think they light in a church? Fake ones?
I don't know. Every time I go to a restaurant, they're fake candles. I didn't know real candles were still a thing in 2023. But they're real, legit candles.
That's what you were expecting them to do while they're praying, just be like, yeah.
Yeah, like at a concert. Well, what have we got there, mister? Of course they're going to use real candles in a church. I'm fairly confident that they are electric lights that look like candles, which is what I speculated the ones over there were.
I mean, They're mobile phones. They're mobile phones on a pole, but the little tubes at the back, they're like bamboo, don't they, hanging down?
I've rarely felt so vindicated. Can we go this way? This isn't Anfield. This isn't Anfield.
It just felt like it needed to be done.
There you go. You can get a close-up of some of the glass here, which is, again, very colourful. I do like some colourful glass. What's that? You want a beautifully framed bridge shot? Okay, we can do a beautifully framed bridge shot. Look at it. See, this is cinema right here. Actual cinema. And plus, once we get onto the bridge, we can see more punting going on down there.
There you go.
This must be one of the most expensive places on the planet just to let 3 cows wander around. Surely.
Depends though, they might sell the milk
Maybe.
at a big premium.
We've got a tiny tree situation over here as well. If we just have a little wander through this bit. I feel like a giant standing next to this tree. Not sure what these bits on the floor say. But look at that. That's the smallest tree you've ever seen. I mean, even the bench is pretty small. Go sit on that tiny bench.
What if I break it? I'm a big man.
Then at least I've got it on film.
Made metal, to be
Look at that. He's going to fill an entire bench.
The most comfortable of materials.
Of course he's hitting it. And it looks like just there is the exit and the way out of the King's College grounds and chapel. I'm not sure that I would recommend paying £14 each to come in and do this, unless you're really, really into old buildings, which I guess is the reason why people would do it.
Yeah.
There's, especially when each of the colleges is between like £10 and £20 each to get into, you could easily just go down the river, spend hundreds of pounds, and I don't know if they're all like this. I don't know.
You only got to go in the museum bit, which was just like about Henry VII, was it? Henry
Yeah,
VII, and
presumably
then,
the king,
Richard
who it's
III.
named after. But we didn't actually get into the college, which again I can understand. It's still an active college
Yeah, they're not gonna
with
give us a
students
lecture, are
and
they? They're
things.
gonna-
No, but I don't know. I just feel like for the price, we didn't really get a lot. We've been allowed to walk on this path, which isn't very long. I mean, if I spin the camera around for a second, you can see the bridge we came over is just there, and then just there is the chapel just behind this tree. So it's probably a 3-minute walk through the grounds.
I can't imagine saying to my family, right, we're nipping off to Cambridge to have a quick tour of the college. Like, we're here for a video, we're here to look around it, but there are actually people here just for the day, and I don't know why, really.
Yeah.
You can Wikipedia that. Not to sound flippant, you can learn a lot of this stuff online if you're interested in it. So I can't imagine, if you're into...
You could learn a lot through this video.
Yeah.
What we'll do is, obviously we're going to be around and about in Cambridge for the rest of the day. We'll film all of the other colleges from outside and show you anything particularly interesting. But I'm sure you'll agree that we're probably best off not paying to get into anymore, because I don't think it's for us. It's not.
No.
So for me, this isn't
too
the kind of
lowbrow.
thing that I'm into. Yeah. It's a lot of looking at old buildings, and I mean,
There was a lady enjoying a big wooden thing, wasn't there? And she was just
Yeah.
like, oh, this looks like a
Oh
dragon.
yeah, if this is your
you
kind
know.
of thing, I bet it's cracking. But for me, not so much. And I do feel like, particularly the wandering through the field bit that we've done afterwards. I mean, I'm comparing this to Peterborough Cathedral, where you can just wander around outside it and it doesn't cost you anything. To pay £14 to go in a much smaller church and then a field with some cows next to it, it feels like a lot, especially when it's still being rebuilt. But I'm just an uncultured swine, I guess. Let's go and find some other colleges,
definitely
in case you were
that much
panicking.
culture in
There is a gift shop which has tea towels and socks and things like that in it. We're not going to go in because it looks very dark and there's no one else in there, and I'm going to feel really self-conscious filming. But trust me, they have gifts.
They also have family tickets, apparently. You can take a family in there for £34 to where we just were. So we could have brought some kids along and saved a few quid.
I mean, that would have cost more than we paid.
Well, we'd have saved a few quid in value.
I don't think he understands how saving money works. So this next one along, I think... So what college is this one that everyone's queuing up outside?
Cambridge.
It's not how it works here, is it? It's how it works at a normal university. Not here.
Queen's College, maybe? I don't know. Next door?
No, once that's
Could be like a touring thing.
So there are lots of shops and museum and university, there you go, kind of things along here. If you are here for the university, this definitely seems to be the street. Like I say, I think there's a graduation going on today in there. But yeah, I guess that's another one. I'm looking to see if there's a sign to tell us which one that is. And then we've got another church, which I don't feel the need to go in, and more fancy buildings that way. Now, in my experience, when you arrive in a new city, there are a few better ways to get a feel for what that city is like than to go and rummage around the market. We've done it before in Swansea. We tried to do it in Barcelona, but it was closed. But we're going to do it in Cambridge. This is Cambridge Market Square. It actually was listed as one of the best things from Cambridge when I did my preliminary research, i.e. typed it into ChatGPT. It suggested go and have a look at Market Square. So this is Market Square. We're going to go and have a little walk around the market and bring you along with us to see what's there. So initially, just have a look at the stuff we've got surrounding said market. You can see that it very much has been taken over by all of my favourite restaurants. We've got a Popeyes there, a Louisiana Kitchen, there's Five Guys, I think there's a Costa Coffee up there. Presumably there's going to be more restaurants over that side. There is a church there. And then Anthropology, which I think, I've seen those boxes in my house before. I think Anna has purchased things from them before. There's loads of bicycles over there. And this is the Guildhall. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to have a look. And you have done your research and found a specific local plum or something?
It's called a gage. I think that's how you pronounce it. G-A-G-E. It's like, all the pictures were green. They're like green plums, but I don't have any there. I'm hoping we'll find
What other local? There's the Cambridge sausage you found as a local
Tart. Burnt pudding, or burnt cream, sorry.
So if we're going to find these things anywhere, the market is the
probably.
most likely place. So let's go see what we can find.
Cheese man there.
You're telling me there's no gauges here though?
Can't see 'em.
It's probably not the right time of year for it. But I also know there was a, when I looked on Google, that's just cheese. The one I saw on the internet was the pie and cheese man. I don't want just cheese.
Maybe they ran out of pies.
I want cheese and pie. But I feel like this is going to be where we get our lunch from today. Because as well as all of your typical market stuff like your fruit and veg and your meats, there's lots of little hipster stalls. And I am a sucker for a little hipster stall. See that they're doing cold brew here. When do you ever see cold brew on a market? The Turkish Delight corner. You love Turkish Delight.
No, don't tell my mum that. She's buying it for me. I do not like it.
Gourmet barbecue. Bubble tea. This is like no market I've been to before. Bottle of water for £1 here. Belgian waffles. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We haven't even got into the meat of this market yet, and they've got so many things. There you go, there's sweets. You said you wanted sweets. This is what you bought in Swansea Market, sweeties.
That's for the children, though.
I distinctly remember you getting your own lollipop.
Yeah, no, I had to share that, though. I was gutted.
There you go, coffee beans and loose leaf teas. This is Sheepdog's stand.
I'm not allowed coffee anymore.
You're allowed loose leaf tea though. You're the only person I've ever... What did you just do?
Well, I nearly walked in that puddle, but I managed to...
You're the only person I've ever met who drinks loose leaf tea.
I haven't in a while, actually, but I do like
There you
it.
go, now's your opportunity to purchase some.
Oh,
There you go, they're your things you're after.
No, they're peaches, sir.
What's the difference?
They're not peaches.
Are you sure they don't look the same? Are you actually reading the labels, or are you doing this based on your own knowledge?
Well, I'll get my phone back out and have a look.
You got yellow plums here.
Isn't that what they are?
Oh. Frankly, I find it hard to believe there's a specific fruit for a city like Cambridge anyway, especially as someone who grew up less than an hour from here, and I've never heard of it. It seems odd that they would have their own special fruit, but Sheepdog seems convinced. I don't think this man behind me is having a wee in the fountain, but it does look like it from this angle. He is desperate to find these gauges, which are almost certainly out of season. But they've got gooseberries. You've got gooseberries.
Yeah, they've got prickly pears. They've got loads of good stuff there. Really...
Why don't you get a prickly pear? No. Over here, this place is called Posh, which I really approve of being called Posh in the middle of Cambridge.
Yeah, very clever.
I feel like I should give them my custom just because of their excellent name. Oh, this all smells very good. There you go. You always like drinking out of fruits. You can drink out of a pineapple there. A smoothie out of a pineapple.
You are tempting me, but...
I know you want one, that's why. It's literally any smoothie served in a pineapple. So you didn't just have to have the pineapple one. You can get any flavour and they'll serve it to you in a pineapple. There you go. Mango smoothie in a pineapple. I know you want one.
It would kill me.
You get the coward's portion. They've got so many beverages on here. They do ostrich burgers here, which, as a fan of long-necked creatures, I ain't getting one, but...
You're a coward.
I don't drink, I don't eat things with long necks. It's my policy.
Giraffe t-shirt.
Oh, see. They've got giraffe t-shirts everywhere. I need to start being able to wear t-shirts that you purchase from places like this.
That means both of us need to lose a substantial amount of weight.
But then I look at that, those enormous croquettes, and I'm like, well, come on then, forget the t-shirts. I'd rather eat fried breaded things.
Have you ever considered just getting small t-shirts and then stitching them onto the large t-shirts?
I feel like that's a stage of acceptance I'm not ready to hit yet. An enormous amount of paella, look at that. They didn't serve it like this in Barcelona.
Oh, I wish they had, I love it.
Just drop one of them down on the table. That looks really cool.
The Earth's Crust is the best name for a bread shop I've ever seen.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. I do like a sample.
Hell yeah. Oh, wow.
They're pretty special. Better than the ones we had in Barcelona. I'm just going to say it. They're delicious. He's doing the sales pitch on Sheepdog. I think this is where we're going to have our lunch. I am going to try and make that man drink out of a pineapple.
Very good.
Just saying how you're going to have a pineapple drink in a moment. And then you've got the Mac Daddy next door with his artisan mac and cheese. And I think that
was so good.
Yeah, they are really nice, aren't they? I'm looking at my watch thinking it's 10:30 in the morning. Can we have a portion of Brabant's potatoes?
And I'm like, right, okay, I'm keeping that in mind.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a place we're going to be returning to. But that was more free samples, please. That was delicious. Well, we didn't find any of the local delicacies in the market, which is a great shame. But right next to the market, we do have this funky little side street that looks worth exploring, so we're going to go and explore the funky little side street just on the off chance I haven't done it in the past, and I think I must have done, but there is a WH Smith there and a Taco Bell. It's like being back in Barcelona. They've got a Taco Bell.
I feel like we're in Barcelona for sure.
The temperature is roughly the same as it was when we were in Barcelona, because we went to Barcelona in the winter.
Got tortilla burritos.
Yeah, I think I'm having Taco Bell for lunch. If there's no local delicacies, I'm having Taco Bell and nobody's going to stop me. I've had my gallbladder out now. I can eat what I want. I'm going to eat all of the tacos. But we're going to go down here because this looks cool. This looks like the kind of place we're supposed to explore. Does this have a street name? Rose Crescent.
Leading to Trinity Street.
Oh, there you go. Oh, blimey, this looks like the kind of shop that Anna would ruin me down. I've seen Rituals boxes. I've seen L'Occitane. They've got Joe Malone there as well. This is basically Anna's street. Molten Brown, I've seen that in my house as well. I'm starting to worry about how much money she's spending on these products.
Are you sure you're not more worried that Anna might be from Cambridge?
She might be.
Secret Cambrian.
The Department of Magical Gifts. I do like weird little shops.
Should we go in there?
Absolutely, we shall. There you go. You can get a little box for your niffler there. So, as you would expect from the exterior, lots of Harry Potter stuff in here, which is...
I didn't expect that at all.
Really? No. From a wizard shop?
Yeah, that would be actual magic.
You get yourself a chocolate frog.
A chocolate what?
You know what a chocolate frog is.
Oh, frog. Yeah, no, I do.
Oh, there you go. You can get some Polyjuice potion. Now you're talking. Do they have a... I'm looking for a time turner. I think that's what it was called. That would be handy. Polyjuice potion, less so, because obviously I'm already exactly how I want to look.
Would it be in here, a time turner, maybe?
Maybe. I want a legitimate one that actually works. I put the camera away because I thought there was a member of staff over here and didn't want to get them on camera. I realised it's...
I was like, oh, sorry, mate, and I realised it was a...
Yeah, it's a guy who isn't mixing what he's doing, he's just shaking his head. I think he's done a bad potion. He doesn't look happy about it. Why have you got a sword?
Well, I always carry one with me just in case. And
Yeah, where did that come from?
through.
That got me right on my gallbladder
Oh,
scarf.
sugar. I had major surgery like 2 weeks ago. I have a habit of doing that. I'm sorry.
Right, Heifers is a famous bookshop that actually came up on the list of instructions that we got off of ChatGPT when I was doing my research. So I think we probably need to go in Heifers and have a look at the books, music, games and gifts. They are 4 things I am quite fond of. Okay, I don't know what I was expecting from a bookshop, but this place has all of the book ones of all of the mangas that I've never been able to find the book ones for. They've got book 1 of both Persona 4 and Persona 5, book 1 of Naruto, Attack on Titan, book 1.
I really
If you go,
I should read this.
if you go somewhere like Forbidden Planet, you can never find the book 1s. This literally just has the book 1s. I mean, for Persona, they've only got book 1. You're stuffed if you enjoyed it and want the second one, but they've got every book 1 in here. This is a place to come if you're looking for book 1s. I spent a year looking for book 1 of Persona 5. It's just there on the shelf in here. This is a genuinely enormous bookshop. There are multiple floors as well. You can see we go down a bit there. It comes around into our kids section around there. There's a lot here. Amy would bankrupt me in here. So there is your confirmation that today the college is closed to visitors. But I think we can walk up to the rope, the private no entry rope, and just have a little look at Trinity College from here. If we have a little scan around, that, boys and girls, is Trinity College. And that didn't cost me £14 for that shot. There's an art and crafts market in there as well, which is just opposite Trinity College, where they seem to be selling entire cow skins and the belts from the leftover bits that didn't make it onto the cow skin rug.
Where are the steaks? Where's like the massive mountains of mince?
On the other market, probably. I don't think you can count steaks as arts and crafts.
Well, it depends how good you are at them.
Got another college behind us. This one is St John's College, also closed for visitors today.
It's not as tall as the other ones. Do you reckon it's progressively less prestigious as it goes down?
Well, a saint's not as high as a king, is it? I don't think.
In the
What's
eyes of
the
the Lord,
ranking?
who knows?
I don't know what a Trinity is, so I don't know where that would be.
The Holy
Ranking.
Trinity.
What? Craig McCall-Smith, Aaron McLean and George Boyd?
Yeah, or like Jesus, the Holy Ghost and God.
I prefer my one. There we go, St John's College.
Is that St John there?
Yeah.
Loved a glass of wine, that man is holding it.
So this is the Cambridge story, which presumably ends in relegation like it normally does.
Subservience to Peterborough, that's their story.
Yeah. We've made it on. I wasn't expecting the us basically we sat on the floor on
You're like
here.
you're birthing at the moment. I feel like we go, breathe, Kevin, breathe.
I've assumed the position.
Gonna get through it.
And thus concludes our trip on a punty boat, which we didn't really get the... I filmed it all, but we couldn't really talk while we were on it because it was a guided tour, wasn't it? The guy was just talking constantly. It was very good. Got to see everything.
Yeah, all the stories about things and the people. I swear the guy sitting opposite you is the guy that converted my garage. The whole journey I was like, you're the bloke who came around my house and made me an office.
Maybe he was, but you should have asked him.
His mate made all that noise about tipping and then immediately ran. The moment they said you could use your card to tip, he legged it.
That's amazing. But yeah, certainly comparing that way to view the colleges to paying to go into them like we did earlier in the day, I think it was the same price to do this as it was to get into King's College, and I enjoyed this much more.
I get why you have to pay now, I think, as well. The Abbey is like the second biggest Abbey in the world, and there's some cool stuff there, but also there is a garden there dedicated to a Chinese poet that people from all over the world and a lot of people from China come especially for, and the £14 gets you to that, so that's probably why they were doing it.
No, it does make sense, but that was very cool. I am now very hungry. We had an early start today, and it's 1 o'clock, so we're going to go and find some food. And then we'll figure something out. We'll continue this video. You ready for a tree fact?
Yeah.
That tree behind us shares the DNA with Isaac Newton's tree where the apple fell on him. It is the clone. Apparently, the tree where the apple fell on his head, he was like, ooh, that feels like gravity to me, which I think is how the story went.
Yeah, he went Eureka or something, didn't he? I don't know.
I don't know all the details, but they cloned that tree, or took the DNA of that tree, One of them is here, one of them is in the Botanic Gardens. So I guess we'll go and find the other tree.
Today we're going to fight both, that's what you told me.
Yeah, well, one tree's mine, one tree's yours,
Yeah.
and we're going to battle to the death, I guess. But that, sort of, is a famous tree. Bit of a cop-out, it's a clone, really, isn't it? Where's the original? If they've cloned it and put it in two different
long
places.
dead. We beat that last time.
And we are in. I have absolutely no idea what to expect from this. Other than, yeah, if you look at it on Google Maps, which I'm sure is currently being superimposed over my face, it looks enormous. We've got a couple of hours to explore if we need it, but we shall see. It's right in the centre of the city as well, which is weird. Cambridge train station is just over there. The long-time viewers might remember the barbecue place we've been to a few times with Andy. It's literally on that corner. So it is like smack bang in the middle of the city. It is the Cambridge University Botanic Garden, not just random old Cambridge. There's a sign over here. I'm going to go and read the instructions. So I guess that's why it's in the city centre. It's probably been here many, many years. But it is a strange thing just to have a massive park, effectively, in the middle of a city. Doubly strange that I've been to Cambridge many times and never noticed it was here before. But here we have the instruction manual, so we can have a look to see what's going on in here. Oh, they've got the weekly plant picks. Huh? So, weekly plant picks. Ooh, you can go and have a look at a Norman Haddon.
Hello, polyphila.
So, we're right there. It really is enormous. Look at the size of that. Where's the gift shop? We've been in here about 2 minutes, and as quite a hardcore hay fever sufferer, I am starting to think this might not have been the best idea we've ever had.
This is the most pollinated place I've ever been to. Like,
look at it. I mean, it's very pretty.
Yeah. Bee
but,
paradise.
Yeah. I mean, they have got little bee,
I just
little bee houses over there. Yeah. Look, you could frolic through the flowers. There's a little frolicking path.
I'm gonna frolic.
Go and frolic.
Do I have to skip, like...
You do have to skip, yes. There we have Sheepdog frolicking through the flowers. Yeah, he's going to be so out of breath when there you go, he stopped. He couldn't frolic all the way. That's as much frolicking as he could cope with in one go.
I'm out of breath now.
Yeah, we were speculating how long it would take you to stop because you got tired.
I nearly fell, and I thought I don't have to spend another 2 weeks in hospital, so it's all right.
That would have been so. Oh, they've got somewhere I can buy coffee here. All of a sudden, things have picked up. Let's get away from the pollen and towards the coffee.
Eyes cleaned as well.
Yeah, exactly. Coffee consumed, very pleasant it was too. And now we are heading into a much greener area of this park than the multicoloured area we were just in, which I'm not sure if that's an improvement or not for hay fever.
It's giving Jurassic Park vibes, I'm telling you that.
So we've got the fountain here, and over there, greenhouses, which I don't think we can get in the greenhouses. Is that what makes it a botanic garden? I still don't know what a botanic garden is.
I think it's just that they've got a bit of everything, isn't it? I don't know.
You could look it up while I'm filming this beautiful fountain.
I mean, Chris could just put the definition on the screen.
That's a good point. Right, well, we've come up into the little observation area, which allows us the luxury of observation, which, as we learned downstairs, is one of the ways of looking at things. You should be noting.
Do you reckon they built this like, yeah, this is higher than all the trees, and then the trees have kept growing and outfoxed them again?
I suggest that's probably not how it happened.
I bet it is.
Right, we have more trees over here. We are reaching the end of the park, I think. We've kind of hit the fence on all sides now, and still not seen anything that looks like the tree we came here trying to find. Could it be this one? This looks like a very grand tree.
Yeah, but we're not looking for a
Hold
grand
on.
Go on.
Could we just tell people it's this one?
Oh, yeah, it does look like it, actually.
Oh, yeah, look, this is probably the tree we were here for.
You see the apples on it, very historic.
Oh, look at it.
You can feel the gravity, can't you?
Science. I actually really enjoyed it in here.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to enjoy this part of the day. I figured, well, kind of have to do it because it's on everywhere I look. It says you have to come here.
It's like the anti-us stuff. It's walking, it's fresh air, it's being in nature. It's all the things that I tend to avoid.
But it was really cool. And for only £8 to get in, genuinely, comparing this to wandering around any of the colleges, which are like twice the price, I would absolutely come here and then maybe do punting to see the back of all the colleges. I think that's the way to do a day in Cambridge. You don't need to go into the colleges, but you could.
Don't get anything from it, do you?
Yeah,
There's a little bit about King Henry, but unless you're really into the royal family.
Yeah, you want to come here and you want to do punting and that'll be a jolly good day. And with that, we have kind of completed our loop and we are back in the market square where we were at the start of the day this morning. Much busier than it was this morning.
It's rammed now, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very busy. But I think we will wrap this video up there. If you have enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for us. Subscribe to the channel for lots more stuff like this. And thank you very much for watching.
Hey.